Good evening, and welcome to the Daily Voice, presented by VNN. Bringing you today's top 5 Canadian news stories on April 7th, 2025. Let's get started. The warning signs are flashing red. 1 in 3 Canadian businesses are bracing for a recession as fallout from President Trump's aggressive tariffs begins to bite. According to the latest Bank of Canada Business Outlook survey, 32% of firms now believe a recession is imminent, more than double from last quarter. Exporters are hit hardest, especially with U.S. tariffs making Canadian goods less competitive. Input costs are rising, the Canadian dollar is sliding, and companies are scaling back on hiring and investment. While some hope remains for sectors like oil, gas, and lumber, the mood is grim. Half of Canadian businesses say they'll absorb the tariffs to survive in U.S. markets, while others are pulling back or looking elsewhere, despite the risks. As financial markets tremble, and even Trump allies talk of an economic nuclear winter, Canada's business sector is battening down the hatches. Ontario is stepping in where it can. In a bold move to buffer the economic storm, Premier Doug Ford has announced an $11 billion relief package for businesses struggling with the impact of U.S. tariffs. That includes a 6-month tax deferral on key provincial levies, like fuel and alcohol taxes, retroactive to April 1st, plus a $2 billion rebate via the WSIB. The province is aiming to free up cash, keep jobs afloat, and stabilize Ontario's economy. This comes as Trump's new tariff regime targets auto imports, steel, aluminum, and other goods outside of CUSMA. The federal government has already hit back with $60 billion in retaliatory tariffs. Now Ontario is signaling it won't wait for Ottawa to act alone. As the cross-border trade war escalates, Queen's Park is drawing a line in the sand. From Vancouver to Halifax, Canadians are making one thing clear: we won't be swallowed. Thousands took to the streets over the weekend, protesting President Trump's rhetoric, trade policies, and jaw-dropping suggestion that Canada could become the 51st state. From Mount Royal Park in Montreal to rain-soaked rallies in Halifax, Canadians waved flags and handmade signs declaring sovereignty, unity, and resistance. NDP leader Jagmeet Singh and Manitoba Premier Wab Kinew were among the voices defending Canadian independence. Protesters also decried Trump's appointment of Elon Musk to lead a so-called Department of Government Efficiency and warned of creeping authoritarianism. Their message? Canada is already great, and we intend to stay that way. Prime Minister Mark Carney brought a message of peace and harmony this weekend as he visited the BAPS Mandir in Toronto. The visit coincided with the birth anniversaries of Bhagwan Sri Swaminarayan and Bhagwan Sri Ram. Greeted with traditional rituals and blessings from Hindu spiritual leaders, Carney took part in the Abhishek ceremony and praised the Mandir's cultural and spiritual contributions. A special letter from His Holiness Mahant Swami Maharaj extended prayers for the Prime Minister's leadership and Canada's future. Carney responded with gratitude, pledging to work for unity, prosperity, and peace, not just in Canada, but globally. The Mandir stands as a symbol of Canada's multicultural strength, welcoming all and promoting selfless service. With Trump's tariffs shaking global markets, Prime Minister Mark Carney is doubling down on international alliances. In a call with British PM Keir Starmer, Carney pushed for stronger Canada-UK trade ties, condemning what both leaders called unjustified US actions. The two pledged to expand cooperation and safeguard economic stability. Carney posted that dependable partnerships are more vital than ever, and he's not alone in that thinking. As US protectionism rattles investors and sends stock indices plunging, Canada's pivot toward bilateral resilience with allies like the UK may be the playbook for navigating this turbulent era. That's all for today's top stories. Thank you for joining us on The Daily Voice, presented by VNN. Stay informed, stay engaged, and we'll see you next time.